Hello and welcome to the second part of my Megaminx tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to learn how to get this little pentagon shape on all the corners, and then after that we're going to learn to solve these corners and edge pieces right here. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. What we need to do is we need to find the corner piece that is directly branching off of this. So what we do here is we build this and then we spread out and go all the way around the cube. So, and the next piece that I need is the green, purple, and yellow to go ahead and start that build. So I have my green, purple, and yellow. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide it over until my corner matches up with the centerpiece that I need. So that way when I spin it down, it lines up perfectly. So now that we have the corner piece in, we need to go look for the two edge pieces of green and purple, or green and yellow. So I'm going to look around. Here is a green and purple, but if you notice, this green is a different color than this green. So I know that's not going to be the piece that I'm looking for. So I just kind of need to do a little bit more searching. And here it is. I should have seen that. Anyway, so I've got my green and purple here. What I like to do is I like to realign it, because this isn't going to work. If I just spin it down, it's not going to be aligned. And that's what we're going to have to do. So what I like to do is I like to come here. Now I have it realigned, and just for your purposes, I'm going to have it on the top. I'll show you other different scenarios later, but at first this is what I want you to see. So now I've got this purple and green, and it's orientated correctly. So what I need to do now is, since this is the purple side, we're going to turn the opposite side down. And the reason why is so that way this corner piece doesn't get affected. Because if I just spin this down, my corner piece is affected, and it doesn't stay where it needs to be. So what I need to do is I need to find a way to keep this here, or keep this fixed without having to mess anything up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to take that corner, or that edge piece, and slide it down. From here I bring this back up, and as you can see, they're paired up now. So next situation, I need to find the green and yellow, which is right here, green and yellow. So now one thing I told you is that I like to have it up here, but you can have it on this side or that side, just as long as it's matching up here. And the reason why is I can bring this down, slide that twice, just as long as I get it lined up, and then bring this back up. And you see how that works. I'll show you some other examples. From here, we need to go ahead and solve the other four sides. Then I like to go to the right, just to make sure I keep everything orderly. You can start here, then you can start here, and then come way over here if you wanted to, but I just like to keep it in order so that way I know where I'm going. So I need to find the blue, yellow, pink, which is right here. So I slide it in. Now I gotta look for an edge. Okay, I've got my blue and yellow, and I've got my blue and pink right here. I'm going to go ahead and start with the blue and yellow because it's somewhat orientated correctly. I just turn it up, spin it over to the piece that I need, then blue and yellow. So I take the opposite side, take it down, bring this all the way over, and pop this back up. Now let's go ahead and get the blue and pink real quick. Now because I have this here, I need to make sure that when I pop this out, I fix this. So I'm going to pop it out and bring it back. And now I even have it orientated and lined up correctly. So now your first reaction is to just bring this down, spin twice like we normally have. But I want you to take note that we have this side solved. And we need to make sure that we don't mess this part when we fix this. Because if I take this, whoop, wrong spot. If I bring this down, this brings it out of the solved state. And we want to make sure that we keep that in its solved position. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn this down so you use this empty slot, because the empty slot is just a slot that's not fixed, and that means that we can use it to our advantage to solve other pieces, and that's what we're going to do in this situation. So since this is solved, we're going to take this down so that now we have this empty slot here, so that way when I bring this down, it's still the empty slot and not this fixed piece that we have. So from here I spin this twice to line up, and then I bring this back, and you see that it's fixed. And now I have to remember, because I was using that empty slot, I need to remember to put it back where it belongs. Now I have this, and I have this solved. This right here was just an accident, so don't think, oh, I'm going to fix that corner piece. No, that's not supposed to be there. Okay. So, anyway, I'm going to put that back, because I like it zipped. Alright, now I have the purple, pink, and green. We've got our purple, pink, and green. Now I need to make sure that I have it orientated correctly, because right now, if I just slide it in, it's not going to work. So I'm going to bring it to the top, and as you see, when I brought it to the top, this was orientated correctly. So I'm going to just slide that over to where it lines up, and I spin twice again. And you can see that they're fixed now. So now I need to find the purple and pink and purple and green. I've got my purple and green right here, so I'm going to go ahead and just go for that one. I'm going to bring it up onto the top, bring it to where it needs to be. Now again, since it's on this side, I'm going to have to bring it like this. But this side is solved, so I'm going to turn down, then turn this down, spin to where it matches up, bring this up, and then put that back where it belongs. So that way everything stays fixed. Now I gotta find the purple and green, which is right here. And here's a good situation that I can come up with. I can turn this down, and because again it's not up here, I can still solve it. I'm just gonna do it a different way. Again, I bring this down like normal. Now I just have to get this over here. So 1, 2, it's aligned, and there you go. Nothing changed, just depending on which way I turn it. Normally it's up here, so I'd go 1, 2. It was over here, so I go 1, 2. That's the only difference that it requires. I could even have it over here and just go 1, just as long as I have them aligned properly with this centerpiece. So hopefully I can find another good example for you. Orange, green, and blue. Orange, green, and blue right here. So I'm going to take this up to the top, and then I'm going to line up my edge piece, or my corner piece, slide it down. Now, I also need to find the orange and green and the orange and blue, but this orange and green is in the right orientation, but it's not in the right spot. So I need to bring this over here. But for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just solve this side first, and then when I solve this side's going to get fixed or taken out, and then I can just go ahead and just finish the rest of the process. So I need to find the orange and light blue, which is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that out, and then I'm going to line it up. Now again, since it's on this side and I have a solved side over here, I'm going to bring this down first, then bring the corner down. Bring the edge piece in, corner piece up, and the solved side back where it belongs. Now I have this part completely fixed. When I solved this side, this part got taken out. So now, like I said, I can have it right here. And when I do that, I'm also changing the orientation or the direction of this. So I need to make sure that when I solve this side, I need to make sure that I put this back where it was. So you can maneuver things just as long as you put them back where they were and as long as it doesn't affect it. So now we have our last section. We have red, light blue, and purple. So I need to find the corner piece, which is right here. Red, light blue, and purple. So I'm going to just knock that out of this corner area. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to spin twice. Now, one thing to notice is that we have a solved side over here and a solved side over here. That can be good, and that can also be bad. Because we're going to have to not only turn this side down when we solve this side, but we're also going to have to turn this side as well. So, good because we're getting closer, bad because you have to think a little bit more. The more you solve it, though, the easier it becomes. That would be the best thing. So now I have my red and purple here, red and purple here. Now what I'm going to do is, because I have to knock this edge piece out anyway, to knock in this corner, I'm going to go ahead and just leave this unorientated. So that way when I bring it in, I change the orientation, and I knock this side out. So that way when I come in, I spin it twice, and it's already aligned. Okay? Now, I say that, you can do this the other direction where you orientate that, but I'm going to have to turn down here and turn down here in order to bring this down. And you see that takes a lot longer of a time. So What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it up over here. Whoa. Oh well. But you get the idea. Sorry, I had it orientated fixed instead of the opposite way like I wanted it to. Anyway, well, I can go ahead and do it with this one. Alright, so I have this red and light blue piece right up here. So I'm going to show you the faster way. I'm just going to turn it against the side that it needs to be. So that way when I bring it around to orientate it correctly, this side doesn't get affected at all, because I'm already doing that process by bringing this orientation down. So I spin down, bring it in, spin once, and bring this back where it belongs. And there you go. We've got all of our pentagons, or whatever you want to call them, diamond, upside down diamond shape, or something. So we've got all of those solved, and now we go, and just like a Rubik's Cube, we're going to get in these corner and edge pieces in. And if you do F2L, I'll show you just a quick scenario. If you do F2L, that is possible. I have this right here and here. You can do F2L. It does work. So, but for those of you who don't know what F2L is, I just have purple, orange, and green, match it up, solve it like a corner piece on a Rubik's Cube, then find the purple and yellow, or purple and orange, and it's right here. So I go way up towards down, and slide that piece in. So, and one thing to notice is that you can almost imagine this as being a yellow top, because the bottom's white and this is on top. So when you see it in that light, it makes it a little bit easier to recognize where all the pieces are. Because you know that if it doesn't have a top pink side, then you know that it's going to be one of your corner pieces and edge pieces. So, look around, okay. Corner piece here, slide it in, edge piece, stick it in like you would with a regular edge piece. And last but not least, there's another F2L scenario, combining the edge and the corner piece at the same time to solve it. And that is all I have time for. Watch the third video for the top layer, because it gets a little tricky from there. You might have to learn maybe an algorithm, maybe two, but if you ever solve the 3x3, and then it should be very simple, and you probably won't have to memorize anything at all. So, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and I have a fan page, so go ahead and like that. It's also the same name as my YouTube name, so Cube Addict. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope you get something out of it. So, talk to you guys later.